Hi, this is Adam Sutton from Sutton Business Velocity. This is part two. This is the continuation from the first blog. It's entitled The Total Rewards Expert versus ChatGPT's Persona of a Total Rewards Expert. And where we left off the last time, we had gone over to my website. And again, I'm shamelessly plugging my website right here, suttonbusinessvelocity.com. I encourage you to scroll through here and read some more. There are the other blogs that we'll be talking about in the next video. You'll see come through how total reward strategy drives organizational agility in competitive markets. That one, I'm going to do a similar one where we'll compare, again, with the persona grades this blog as well. So go ahead and read this one in advance. But for now, we're over in this particular blog. So this one has been copied over, and ChatGPT went ahead and took the persona that I worked and created. Uh, Unfortunately, I did not work with you to create it, but I did create it, and hopefully, you agreed with the concept of what I was putting out there. And this is what it says. So let's read it together. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing because this will definitely bore you. I saw it's actually quite a bit of content, but I did not look at the scores yet. I just sort of scrolled all the way down. I'm like, oh my God, there's a lot of content. But I do want to just talk about some of the top things on here. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, I'm going to paste this content into a document, a Word document, and I'm probably not going to format it really well, but I'm going to paste it in there. And then this way you can go ahead and read it and you'll be able to see and get all the laughs that you can probably get at my expense. I do think along the way this is going to embarrass me. So I'm going in this with a heavy heart, and I'm hoping that my outer shell has gotten me war worthy, and I can take the blows that I'm going to get here. So let's read what it has to say in the beginning, and then I'll scroll down to some of the better content. All right, veteran total rewards, hat firmly on, sleeves rolled up. Let's break this one down piece by piece. Then I'll score it like a comp committee with coffee and opinions. The blog review, accelerating total rewards implementation without sacrificing employee expertise. First impression before we get surgical. This is a solid, well-structured practitioner blog. It's readable, credible, and clearly written by someone who understands that total rewards fails not because of bad math, but because of bad execution and worse communication. That said, this is also playing it very safe. No major mistakes, but also no sharp elbows. Let's dig in. All right, so it's going to go section by section. I'm not going to do that here because this would bore you to death, but I think I'm getting some pretty solid, nice feedback maybe from ChatGPT, and it's so far playing nice to me. It hasn't yet told me that it's bad, but it definitely I'm a little worried about this part where it's playing it very safe. I didn't I'm not looking to be, putting out there this crazy content that is going to warrant all kinds of review and other evaluation. I'm just sort of writing some interesting blogs. I want you to get a sense of what's, in my head in certain areas of total rewards and to give you a sense of where we might be able to engage our companies, and I might be able to give you some support in the total reward space. So I'm not looking here to, go piece by piece into it. Besides, it's probably just awful to me along the way here. I'm guessing it probably didn't give me a very high grade, but we'll see as the content evolves, what we can do. So I'm going to go down, again, I encourage you to freeze and read what you'd like. Um, so conclusion. This conclusion, oh, okay, this is the conclusion that I wrote in the, is that right? Okay. So conclusion, the conclusion is clean, aligned, and brand safe. It's clear, not salesy, appropriately positioned. This reads like someone who wants to advise, not hard sell. That's good, which is true. So in the conclusion of this blog, I connected to Sutton Business Velocity a little bit. Again, I hope you read this in advance and you're kind of connecting the dots on that. So it's really nice. I want to make sure that I'm shamelessly promoting myself, but at the same time, I want you to understand where my head's at and how I'm connecting the dots in total rewards for you. So here's where it went all haywire for me, I'm sure. So here are the grades: 8.5, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 8. So I got an 81. Yikes. Overall HR and total rewards principles, 8.5. Strong conceptual grounding, no red flags. Why does that get an 85? Man, it's just brutal. Technical prowess, 75. Accurate, but light on the hard mechanics. Leadership and inspiration, 8 out of 10. Executive safe confidence without arrogance. Clarity of total reward topics, 8.5. Very readable and well structured. Level of total rewards expertise, 8. Feels experienced, could push harder. All right. So let me read what it says here before I'm thoroughly embarrassed. Final veteran verdict. This is a good blog, not internet loud, not fluffy, not naive, but it doesn't hit a 9 plus. Too polite, too general, too safe for LinkedIn. This reads like someone who knows their stuff, wants to be taken seriously, is holding back the war stories. Well, yeah, partly because I would love to tell those war stories to you in other videos and so forth. But again, it can't read the room, it can't get to that fourth dimension. How to level it up to beat the grizzled 25-year veteran next round, add one real life failure example, introduce one uncomfortable truth, use one total reward specific scenario, ranges, incentives, governance. Do that, and I'll grumble, sip my coffee, and say, all right, this one's legit. All right. So it gave me an 81. Goodness. That's horrible. I am not a B student, and that to me is actually a B minus when push comes to shove. So I had my work cut out for me. Now, here's the gamble that I took, I guess, when I took this on. I wrote the blogs already, so they're sitting here. Um, I worked with some people to help me and give me guidance on how to, establish and set this all up in my business and whatnot. And, the guidance was get this content ready. So it's here and done. So I can improve, which is actually kind of fair. I never wrote that in here. I never said to ChatGPT that the persona should understand that everything was written in advance that it's going to evaluate. So I can't improve upon things. But I did ask it to provide some suggestions on how things are, in a sense, giving it a negative on its score. What is it? What are the parts that are pulling away from the score? So I do have my next blog, How Total Reward Strategy Drives Organizational Agility in Competitive Markets. I encourage you again to read the blog. It's not that long, and it does shamelessly go through how Sutton Business Velocity and partner with the organization. So I encourage you to go ahead and grab a read of that. And my next video will be ChatGPT's evaluation of that. I am going to also provide some content on specifically the content around these blogs as well. So I'm not going to let this first blog just sort of sail away in the distance. I'm going to create some content around that as well. I'm going to use it in some ongoing series that's going to incorporate AI and how AI intersects with the total rewards and HR field. So I do encourage you to read those blogs, stay connected with me, subscribe here on YouTube as well so you can be notified, and have some fun with this. I'm hoping that this could be something engaging that we can do regularly. So again, Adam at SuttonBusinessVelocity.com if you want to email me, and SuttonBusinessVelocity.com is where you can get a sense of the services that my firm can potentially provide to you and to your business. So I'm looking forward to the next in this series. All right, you take care. Thank you.